Next on an all-new Buffy.
You are hanging around, I'd like to know why.
His name is Angel.
Maybe I like it.
And his secret is about to be revealed.
What is it? What's wrong?
An all-new Buffy. Next.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1 Episode 7 Angel, written by David Greenwald and directed by Scott Brazil, is the episode where we finally learn what Angel's secret is. I think he's a ghost. He's a ghost, right? Oftentimes the 7th episode of a season is the game changer episode, and this is the case here.
Not nice to change the game in mid-play, Spike.
The episode begins with the Master in his cage. The Anointed One is there, but he doesn't do anything. He's treated like the Master's son more than a vampire antichrist. Darla comes in to report more vampire casualties in their fight against the Slayer, so the Master brings out the big guns. The 3. Powerful vampire warriors that kind of look like Klingons.
It's Klingon.
For some reason, they weren't used for the Harvest, that extremely important event that would have allowed the Master to escape his cage. Why do villains never use the big guns right away? Anyway, the 3 are sent to kill Buffy.
Okay, done. One Death Slayer coming up.
At the Bronze, the teens deal with their love life dramas. Buffy's into Angel, but he's never around for long. Willow's into Xander, who completely ignores her attraction. Xander's into Buffy, but Buffy's into Angel. Buffy heads home, and the 3 stalk her. As with Buffy sensing Angel's presence in Season 1, Episode 1, Welcome to the Hellmouth, she senses the 3's presence and demands that they show themselves. Buffy holds up pretty well, but she still has a lot to go before she's beating up hell gods. The 3 overwhelm her. Fortunately though, Angel shows up to help her escape. I'm okay with her needing her male love interest to rescue her because of the way they present it with all of them, Buffy, Angel, and the 3, as powerful fighters who can be beaten when encountering other powerful fighters. It becomes just about numbers. 1 versus 3 gets in trouble. 2 versus 3 evens the odds a bit, but she and Angel still end up running away.
Run away!
They go to Buffy's house. Vampires literally cannot enter without an invitation, so she and Angel are safe inside. It's basically a metaphor for a teen girl having the boy she has a crush on over and it being really important.
Everything is life or death when you're a 16-year-old girl.
There is also just general symbolism about the house, home, and family, and choosing to let someone into your life. She lets the right one in. Angel was injured in the fight, so Buffy tends to his wound. And we get our first Angel shirtless scene. As much as Season 1 Episode 4 Teacher's Pet was for boys and catered to the male gaze, Season 1 Episode 7 Angel is for girls and the female gaze. Balance! We learn that Angel has a tattoo on his back of a winged lion on an A, apparently standing for Angel. It is often mistaken for a griffin, which is a creature with the body, tail, and back legs of a lion, and the wings, front legs, and head of an eagle. The winged lion, however, is just a lion with wings. It is based on imagery found in the Irish medieval religious text, the Book of Kells, in which a winged lion represents Mark the Evangelist. It reveals Angel's Irish origins and appreciation of grandeur. Mostly, it's just an excuse to ogle his back. Buffy's mom comes home. Buffy tries to get her to go straight to bed so that she'll miss Angel, but Angel makes himself known. Buffy introduces him as a college student working as her history tutor. Joy seems suspicious, but she lets it go. Buffy pretends to say goodbye to him, and then sneaks him up to her room. It's this close to being a hide the puppy episode.
Can I play with the puppy?
While scanning for the 3, it comes out that Angel's family is dead, killed by vampires. So Buffy assumes that he now fights vampires out of vengeance. They bond, and go to sleep next to each other, Angel on the floor by her bed.
Isn't that fun, puppy?
The next day, Buffy relates this to Willow and Xander. Xander gets jealous again and tries to shame either Buffy or Angel for being inappropriate, even though nothing happened. When news of the 3 is brought up, he suggests that Buffy stay at his place and Angel skip town. Unlike Season 1 Episode 5, Never Kill a Boy on the First Date, he at least comes across as absurd and ineffectual. Willow finds the Angel situation romantic, and she has more of our respect than Xander. Buffy and Willow roll their eyes at Xander. The 3 aren't a problem though, as the Master has them killed. Yeah, the first time the Order of Aurelius has gotten remotely close to killing the Slayer, the Master decides to toss away his best weapons out of stupid tradition and bloodlust. That's how you end up with the Slayer grinding your bones to make her bread. Buffy trains with Giles. She masters the quarterstaff in an instant and moves on to the crossbow. This shows how she's becoming more powerful all the time, with the crossbow specifically as a milestone. Buffy goes back home and meets Angel again. There's a misunderstanding where she thinks that he read her diary, and she tries to cover, revealing that she's really attracted to him. As it turns out, Angel didn't read it, so then it's just awkward. Angel suggests that he not stay there anymore because he's also attracted to Buffy, but feels like this attraction is inappropriate because he's older than her. They both think about it and agree that he should go, and then they kiss. It's very equal, it's very lovely. And then in a shocking moment, Angel's secret is revealed. He's the founder of Rossum. Hey, it would make more sense than the other guy. No, he's just a vampire. Buffy takes it really well. It's a well-known fact these days, but this really shocked people back then. There were hints for it, like Angel in the Harvest saying,
"I'll be damned."
But most people were not able to guess it. Vampires were presented as nothing more than evil satanic monsters, and Angel was never read as monstrous. Vampires are often used as metaphors for forms of sexuality considered immoral, usually rape. Buffy the Vampire Slayer has most vampires as like rapists because they take blood by force, but there's more of a general sexuality or kinkiness at the core for vampirism. Angel vamping out, putting his game face on, is equivalent to a boy getting an erection after kissing a girl. Now things slide back to classic vampire imagery. As with Dracula and Count Orlok being rapist figures invading women's bedrooms, Buffy is a scared girl dealing with a sexually intimidating boy in her bedroom. She is no longer a figure of power, and she screams to summon protection as opposed to saving herself. An Angel darts out the window. Joyce comes to her aid, and Buffy pretends nothing happened because Joyce wouldn't be able to help her. I am fine with the momentary re-establishment of classic gender roles because it is momentary, and it works for the characters. Buffy is human, and she has her weaknesses like everyone else. She's a stand-in for girls in the audience, and it's the struggle to be strong that makes her strength admirable, and given the ability to be imitated.
You're my hero.
The next day at school, she fills in her friends. Buffy has no idea what to do. Willow wants to believe that the romance could continue, while Xander and Giles say that Buffy should slay him. Giles says that vampires aren't people, and Xander is a jealous creep. Xander gets angry when Buffy admits that she's in love with Angel, a vampire. I don't like early jealous Xander, but in his defense he has only experienced vampires as evil demons. His best friend was killed by vampires, and he had to deal with trying to kill the vampire wearing Jesse's face. Though Jesse isn't mentioned in the television show again, a lot of people speculate that his experience with Jesse prejudiced him against vampires and Angel, and this is later made canon in Season 9, Issue 9, A Part of Me, Part 2, in the comics. Yeah, it was pointed out to me that they actually do mention Jesse later on in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer continuity, but in the comics long after the show was cancelled, so my point still stands.
It's a good point.
Meanwhile, Angel goes home to a neglected industrial storage room that he's been using for an apartment. His old friend Darla is there waiting for him. They make vampire small talk, commenting on each other's serial killing practices. Darla doesn't like that Angel has been helping the Slayer kill vampires, so she tries to remind him that he's a vampire and not a human. He's still sensitive to sunlight. He still drinks blood. She suggests that he tell Buffy about the curse he's under, and when she rejects him, to rejoin his true kind in the sewers.
With all his Romeo and Juliet madness.
Season 1, Episode 7, Angel is a retelling of Romeo and Juliet. Though the main point of the episode is to delve into Angel's nature, it also explores the vampires in general. Giles presents them as non-people, yet we're shown that the vampires have their own culture, barbaric though it may be. The Master tells his Anointed One protege that vampires have a worth that humans do not, and decisions to kill them cannot be taken lightly, before proceeding to take them lightly. Still, it's akin to the humans valuing their lives, but not that of vampires. We're now shown that vampires can have friendships and even deeper relationships. It seems like Giles might have been lied to. Actually, it's because Joss Whedon originally wanted vampires to be two-dimensional villains to represent the problems teens face while growing up. Problems come up, they're defeated. And David Greenwald pushed for more complex vampires and moral ambiguity. The result is staging two sides of a Romeo and Juliet feud, with the star-crossed lovers stuck in the middle. The Scoobies research Angel. Giles has a collection of diaries kept by past watchers, and he comes across a mention of an Angelus, which is Latin for angel. Buffy confirms that it's him from the tattoo, proving that a lot of people like to see Angel shirtless. Angel went by Angelus in the old world, and he Americanized it to Angel when he moved to the United States. The names Angelus and Angel take on new meaning in Angel Season 1 Episode 11, Somnambulist, but I'm gonna stick with the original meanings for now. Same guy, different continent. Though it's implied in Angel Season 1 Episode 15, The Prodigal, that he calls himself either Angelus or Angel because his little sister mistook him for an angel when he returned from the dead, here it's given the explanation that this is a moniker given to him because he has an angelic face, despite being a brutal killer. It shows the female focus of the show that Buffy's love interest is named for his sex appeal. Kind of like a Bond girl, but without the aspect of degradation, though the real reason is that he was originally conceived as a Latino guy.
I go by many names.
The records say that Angel was made into a vampire 240 years ago, in what would be 1756, though the vampire ages and dates constantly fluctuate because the writers didn't bother to look up what was established in prior episodes, and that Angel was a nasty, vicious killer. Then, 80 years ago in 1916, Angel came to America and essentially retired from the vampire lifestyle. He shunned other vampires and never committed another massacre. Willow declares him a good vampire. Giles and Xander are insistent, however, that vampires can't be good. Buffy holds out hope because Angel had a chance to attack her, but instead just left. Darla, meanwhile, has a plan to get Buffy and Angel to fight so that Angel will come back to the Order of Aurelius and be with her, and take out the Slayer in the process. She spies on Buffy and Willow as they study and talk about Angel. The pros and cons of dating a vampire are discussed. It's kind of like Twilight. Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, associating Angel with Twilight? Yeah, right.